plant community, thanks for tuning into this channel. My name is Pam, and today you guys I have what I would call a mini plant haul. If you guys have been watching me for some time, you know the month of October was my birthday month. And so what did I do on my birthday month? I brought a plethora of plants, and I was buying some, like 2 here, 1 there, from different plant sellers, and I didn't want to keep doing shorts, very small unboxing, so I just decided to wait until I had got all the plants that I did not show you guys yet, and just put it into one video. So I have a total of 7 plants to share with you, and I'll also let you know where I actually purchased these plants as well. Okay, so let's just get right into it. My first plant that I want to show you, and I think I put this on my Instagram page already, so if y'all follow me there, y'all may have seen this plant already, but the reason why I got it is because I could not beat the price, and I have been looking for this plant so long, and so I feel like I'm super fortunate to actually come across this. And this is the Singian Cheer. You guys, I am in love with this plant. When I got this plant, one of the leaves, I don't know which one, if I had to guess, I would say probably this one, was still not unfurled yet. So, you know, I've had this plant for a couple of weeks now, and guys, look at why. First of all, I was surprised because the texture of the plant, if y'all have a cheer pencil, you know what I mean. I can't really describe it. It's like a smooth, soft feel. The leaves are kind of thick, but not too thin. It's just right. And I got it right now in this little planter. I think it is cute. It pairs well. I don't have it planted in yet. I still have it in its original nursery pot, and I think this is a 3-inch planter, I believe. I can't, and I do apologize, I cannot remember how much I paid for this plant. I do want to say that this plant was under 30 bucks, I think. Don't quote me. And I got this plant from Gabriella Plants. So this was actually a treat in itself because, one, like I said, I haven't found this plant at all, and if I did, I saw it for a ridiculous amount of price for such a small specimen. That's one. Two, I believe one of you guys had made a mention of y'all buying plants from her, from Gabriella Plants, and I've never actually purchased any plants from her, so I decided to go ahead and check it out because I like coming across new and interesting things. And I'm glad I did check her out because, as you can see, this plant is very beautiful and it's very healthy. I have it sitting in my living room underneath of a grow light. I'm just being mindful. Matter of fact, it feels like she may need a drink. I'm not sure if she's as fussy of a Syngonium yet as other Syngoniums, as I know I usually don't water the plant unless until the soil is like maybe halfway dry, or maybe 1 or 2 inches of the soil is dried out. So, but this is a small planter, so I just may give her a drink, but she doesn't look like she needs one, or do she? Yeah, she does a little bit. She's flopping a little bit, so I'll give her a nice little drink. But guys, this is such a beautiful plant. I'm so glad I have it in my collection. I hear that it can grow large. So I probably will give it something to hold up on. I use this little bamboo stake that I had hanging around here in my home just to hold the plant up, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Now my next plants, you already know, guys. I mean, just full disclosure, y'all already know you're not going to get through any type of a plant haul showing from Pam without a Hoya or two, right? Because why? I'm a Hoya head, and a proud one at that. So let's just get right to it, right? Okay. So, so I have 2 from this place called Plant the Studio. It is a small nursery, I believe, somewhere in New York. I can't remember the actual city, but I came across, I don't even know how I came across it. You know how you just fumble around on the internet and boom, you're like, oh, I see this and let me check it out. Anyway, however which way I came across it, I'm glad I did because I've been buying a few plants here and there from this place as well. So I have 2 Hoyas, and a matter of fact, I don't have the IDs right here. Give me 1 second. I can grab it though. Okay guys, I'm back. Sorry about that, but I just wanted to get the exact names of these Hoyas just in case you are interested in them. Y'all already know that I like Hoyas because of maybe leaf sizes, textures, and things like that. And just interesting features overall about a plant outside of the different types of blooms that you can see depending on plant species and varieties. But needless to say, it's two Hoyas, and the first one second, it's hard for me. I have them. You're about to see it. Let me just show you. So this one is the Hoya CV Viola, and I have it in this, and I like this little clear thing, little planter, and they actually have the name of their company logo on here, which I think is pretty cool. But I got it, or what drew me to this plant is actually the fact that it's a Hoya. I think I could buy all of the Hoyas. It doesn't matter to me. But I really liked the elongated leaves, the shape of the leaves. And now that I got it, I never even realized the texture is like a smooth texture. And looking at the leaf of the plant, you would think that the leaves are super thick, which is weird. It's like a variation of features or textures when it comes to this plant. Like this leaf feels pretty thin, where this one feels like a solid thick, almost thick like my black edge Hoya that I have, and it's really strong and firm. But I really like this structure of this plant. Right now I'm looking at it. It does look like it has some roots. The roots are very fine though. I do not plan on potting this plant up yet anyway. And I think this leaf right here, unfortunately, probably will go out. I'm just letting it hang. And that's because it's like a little split in the stem, and that's okay. It's just an occupational hazard. But overall, the plant is healthy and beautiful, and I really love it. And I mean, look at it. I mean, just from here, from the distance that I'm holding this, I can see clearly in the camera that the veination is really popping out, which is another reason that drew me to this plant, because I just love the veination of Hoyas and how they have like that x-ray feature to them. I think it's very cool. Now this other Hoya, you guys, is actually the Hoya AF Bloosa, Cow Bang. I like the name of that, Cow Bang. But this one is a very beautiful Hoya as well. Guys, look at it, guys. You see veination? Is it making your heart throb? Because it's making my heart throb. This plant is gorgeous, and this look. I can see it from here. I'm not sure if the camera is picking it up, but it's well rooted in this pot. And I've had it for a couple of weeks now, so I probably will pot this baby up in a small pot. You want to keep in mind with our Hoyas, no matter how robust the beautiful leaves are, you want to pay attention to the root system. They are delicate and tiny, and they love being cramped. So I will probably pot this up in a much smaller planter. And also too, I'm in the thing of, if it's not broke, don't fix it. So if anything, if the planter that I use happens to be a little teeny bit bigger, make sure I have airy soil, and I'm definitely keeping whatever's in this beautiful little mini planter. But guys, look at the leaves. First of all, the leaves has like a little sheen to it, and it's so fuzzy on the bottom. It's like ASMR relaxing, get a room, Pam. But I love it because look at, guys, that veination. It's something about the veination. Y'all let me know, are y'all just a sucker for Hoyas because of the veination? And I mean, I can just see it just going through the plant so well. It's such a beautiful plant, and it's a dark leaf one, and it has the dark veination. It goes well with just any type of green. Like, it's like a subtle change. I just love it. I don't know. I'm a dork that way, I guess. Anyway, moving on to the next plants. So the next two plants, I got these plants from, wait a minute, wait for it. Plant Love for Me, which I think is a cute name, by the way. And this is another place that I kind of stumbled upon, and I found nice plants from there. And actually, guys, I think Plant Love for Me is where, if y'all saw my short that I did of me unboxing my Billietier, that I got that plant from there. So of course, if y'all saw the size of that plant, baby, hey, I had to go back, right? So I went back, and I'm glad I did, because I actually came across two plants that I could not say no to this plant. One of the plants that I'm about to show you right here has been really on my radar wish list plant, and also I was waiting for the price to come down, and also I was waiting to actually see some form of a good size specimen for it, and I'm so glad that I did wait. And also too, honestly, I just haven't seen this plant around at all, but this is the Filadodendron Adabat. I've been wanting this plant, you guys, for quite some time, and it has like a new growth point right here, because I love elongated leaves that philodendrons are known for growing. But of course, with this plant, the bam, those backs, I love those backs. And they came in a nice, look like an airy mix. I like how she did it. Here we go again. We're assuming it's a she. I love how the owner of the store did this, because men love plants too, shoot. So, as you can see some roots in here. So it looks like a nice chunky mix going on here. So I'm not, like, hey, you know, like I said, if it's not broke, don't fix it. And I love how they, you know, drilled the hole. Of course, it came very well packaged. I haven't had any issues with it or anything like that. I kind of just rinsed her off, and I think I did put some neem oil to her, and she's just chilling in here just like this. I didn't even, unless I can find a nice little cash pot to put her in, which I will probably try to figure something out. But for now, she's just kind of like hanging and chilling really behind me right here on my little cart, and she is loving life. I'm just so glad that I got her. And I want to say, I don't know what the going rate for Adabat is, but for this size at 40 bucks, I thought it was a good deal for me. So glad I got it. It's just very beautiful. Now this next one, you guys, real quick story, and I'm gonna try not to bore you guys, but years ago, in the very beginning stages of my plant journey, I saw this particular plant in a big box store nonetheless. But at that particular time, I honestly did not think that I had the proper lighting for me to provide to this plant so that it could thrive. And I really didn't have I had very limited spacing. I think at the time I was in an apartment, so it's like, yeah, I wasn't here, you know, so I left it there, and I kind of kicked myself ever since that, because I have not been able to find another specimen as big as I saw that specimen in this big box store for, of course, the price. Because let's face it, you guys, usually the average price of a plant in a big box store can range somewhere at least $19.89, $19.99 to maybe like $29.99, which is a pretty fair market rate for certain plants depending on the type. So I should have grabbed it right then, but I didn't. And ever since then, years that went by, I've been seeing small specimens. Now I already have this plant already, you guys, and it's such a small portion of a plant. And I really am trying to get away from buying duplicate plants, but I had to get this plant because of the price point. I felt like it was coming back around full circle, and I could not ignore it. So needless to say, you guys, it is my Hoya Hindu rope. I like this, the way they got it hung. But guys, look, I would have been an idiot to leave this plant behind. Seriously, look, guys, look at that. Would you look at that? Look at, for this size, you guys, I couldn't believe it. This plant was, I want to say $25. I couldn't leave this plant behind. Come on, guys. Would you have left this plant behind? Especially if you love Hoya Hindu rope? I don't know. I just love it. And my thought was actually, when I saw it online, you guys, I said, okay, I already have a very small portion of it. Now, mind you, the small one that I have, I paid like 15 bucks for it. So and it's nowhere near as long as this. So when I brought this online, honestly, you guys, my goal was to, oh, well, I can get this and just add my small one in here. And I may still do that. I'm not sure yet. You know, sometimes I have ideas, I go with it, and then I quickly change my mind a few months down the line. But when I got it, honestly, I did not realize how I underestimated the fullness of this plant. I really did. Plant love for me, you guys. Look at that. Oh, darn, look, I mean, it is full. And it has it in a very chunky, it's a very chunky mix. So I'm not taking it out of here at all. I did the same thing. I gave it a good spray down twice, actually, because of the cracks and crevices that Hoyas are known for. I also gave it my, I sprayed it down with insecticidal soap, and then I gave it a good spray down again with just natural water. And then I topped it off with my neem oil solution. And right now, like I said, I do have it hanging in here as well, and it's living life. I've only had to give it a drink, I think, like once. And I mean, it's like almost feel bone dry, but the leaves are still very firm. So I usually don't give, especially when it comes to my Hindu ropes, don't give it a nice drink until I'm able to maneuver the leaves. That's a definite key indicator for me. And that also helps ensure that I don't overwater this baby. But guys, comment below and let me know, would you have gotten this plant too? I believe a lot of you would, but I could be wrong. Okay, so my next two plants, you guys, in the final portion of the show. I got it from one of my favorite plant shops that I've been talking and raving about. Y'all have seen me posted in shorts. Y'all have seen me talk about it throughout my plant journey, actually, on this channel. And I'm glad that I am now affiliated with them. I feel very, I guess, privileged, because I've already loved them, so to speak, before I even had this opportunity. And so it's the Plant Farm. So if you're interested in buying any plants from there, you guys, you want to help a sister out or a friendly plant person out, if you see anything interesting, just click the link in the subscription, and I'll get a small commission. And I'm just going to say thank you first, before y'all do so. But let's just go into it. And of course, they are two Hoyas as well. Let me start with this one. I had to get this, and I'm going to tell y'all exactly what happened. This is my Hoya Matil. Now, I already had a Hoya Matil. I already brought a Hoya Matil a few months ago, guys, but I killed the darn thing. Completely my fault. I take full responsibility. So what had happened was, homegirl, me, Pam, wanted to be greedy and cute. And I got this plant, loving it so much. I'm like, oh, I'm going to be able to grow her out. She's going to be big, full blue, blooming all over the place, lush, and whatever the case is. That's my thought, right? And I put her immediately outside, guys. Bad choice. And boy, did I pay the price. That plant died. It crisped up on me like I don't know what. And that's just a lesson that I learned. Pam, stop being greedy and learn to have patience and learn knowledge about your plants before you just do abrupt choices. So that's the lesson that I learned in that lost plant, RIP Matil number 1. So this is Matil number 2, and I had to get it because this was also at a good price. I wish I could tell you the price, you guys. Honestly, I don't remember. I'm sorry, I don't remember. But I had, still in this nursery pot. It's in a 4-inch pot, and I just have it sitting in this. I don't know if I'm going to actually pot it in here because it does have a drainage hole at the bottom. I'm not sure, but and right now I just have her chilling in here, and she's sitting on one of my plant stands with the triple tier, and I have it down below, so it's getting that medium type of subtle indirect light. And so far so good. She's loving it, and the leaves aren't getting bleached or anything like that, so I'm happy about it. Now, my last and final plant, you guys, I finally was able to get one of these. I was kind of on the fence. Okay, let me back up. I've been wanting this plant for a long time, but I never was able to actually find it. So whenever I'm not able to get the plant that I really want, I do tend to look for plants that's similar in leaf structure and textures and things like that, and possibly a little bit more available. So drew my attention to start buying the Hoya Wayetii, the Hoya Kintiana, and my Hoya Rosita. They all have some form of a similar structure with just small subtleties to the plant. But anyway, I saw this Shepherdii. Guys, I had to get it. Because this one was, I think look, 6-inch planter. Very full string bean plant. And it came with all these tendrils. And I mean, guys, I think I paid, I think I do remember the price of this plant. I think I paid $29 for this, but it was like one of those plant farms you don't have on certain plants, which I think is honestly, whether I'm affiliated with this place or not, honestly, I do like the fact that they have some plants pick your own plant. It's almost like you have a choice of actually being in the greenhouse when they give you that. So I do admire that feature. And so that's what this was, which is probably why you see the number lets you know that what you picked online is actually the plant that you are going to get, which is cool. And so I picked this particular plant because it had all these vines. And so, you know, of course, with the vines, when it comes to Hoyas, you know what comes after is the fact that it's going to have leaves growing. And I just noticed, wow, I don't know if you're not going to be able to see it, but I'm going to try to show it anyway. I just realized, see that? Had a peduncle. So this definitely it's telling me that it has the ability to flower. So I'm super excited there. But guys, I really love the length of the leaves. You know, I love elongated leaves, and I have this plant. I did the same form of a treatment. Monstera, no, this plant is mine. Get your own. Okay. All right, so I'm sorry, Monstera. Okay, but yeah, I really love this plant. Comment below, let me know if y'all have this. Like I said, the plant farm, they have beautiful Hoyas. I recommend, they have beautiful Hoyas, but they do a restock every Sunday. So if I'm looking for a particular plant, I do know that I can get it at a good price there, I'll look there every week just to check their restock. Now, sometimes their shipping, that's where the price increase comes into. So if you have a friend, maybe y'all can just go ahead and go on my link and just order up some plants, and y'all can split the cost that way in regards to the mailing part. But if you're closer, they're in Spokane, Washington, I believe. So if you're closer along on the West Coast, the shipping cost may not be as pricey for someone who lives in Maryland. I'm living completely on the other side of the country, so that could be the reason. I'm not quite sure if that is the reason. I'm only assuming that it is, because I can honestly say some of the websites that I do purchase other plants that happen to be on the East Coast along with me, the shipping cost is not high at all. So for those of you that live on the West Coast or whatever the case is, if you want to check them out, I do encourage you guys to do so. They have a huge variety of plants, not just Hoyas. I've brought, like I said, several plants in my collection is part of that plant community or that seller, and I gotta say, honestly, the plants are in good shape, healthy shape. I really haven't had a plant that I don't want to jinx myself, but for the most part, I want to say I don't think I've actually killed any plants, or they haven't died or declined significantly. And if they did, I do know for a fact it's probably an error on my end, because I can't recall any time actually getting a plant from this place and the quality of the plants are like trash. So honestly, that's one of the main reasons why I keep going back to this place, even though I do know that the shipping cost for me can be a little bit expensive. But I'm willing to do that if I know that I'm going to get a healthy plant. It gives me one step forward into the game of growing my plants to be thriving. So to me, I'll do that. It's not a problem at all. But yeah, so that was my last plant, you guys. Comment below. Let me know if you have any of these plants, and if any care tips that you can provide. Let me know what y'all do in regards to the Singian Cheer plants. I do, like I said, I have Singoniums growing in my conditions, and they seem to be fine. I just want to make sure that I don't go wrong with this plant. One of the reasons why I do say that, you guys, because I have the Frosted Heart one, which declined so bad for me in my care that I had to wind up taking what I could save, and I have it propagating in water right now. But I know that plant is a little bit more finicky, so I don't know. I'm hoping that the chia plants is not the same. So far so good, but yeah, just comment below. Let me know what plants you would have grabbed, or if you have these, and yeah, just let's start a conversation going. So this pretty much wraps it up, you guys. Keep in mind, if you love foliage as much as I do and you love listening to planty things, if you have not subscribed, what are you doing? Hit that subscribe button and join the party, join the plant fam. Also, guys, keep pushing those thumbs up. That helps get my channel out there. I appreciate any and all support you guys can give me, and until next time, guys, much love. Enjoy the rest of your day. I love you. Bye.